always like to have your mic hot and ready to go. Okay, so Jay Leno scored a 5.4 rating in rated households to Letterman's 3.0, which is kind of what you'd expect for the first show, right? Everybody's going to tune in and see.
Yeah, but you know, it's going to go right back to where it was. Leno's going to be the king, and Letterman's going to wallow behind. Because Letterman's not funny, and his shows are bore, I think.
Well, I tend to agree. Now, 18 to 49 demo, Leno had a 2.8 rating, and Letterman had a 1.0. So that's strong, although it says that Conan O'Brien had stronger, which was always his strong point. 18 to 49 numbers are saying that Conan, when he debuted on The Tonight Show, 58% more than the rating that Leno got last night. But Leno, 5.4 to 3.0, they got to be happy about
good.
that.
Yeah,
good there. All right, we're going to talk cell phones on today's show. And do you have a cell phone, Geoff?
Yes, I do.
Paul, do you have a cell phone?
Okay, it's a very old cell phone, yes.
I know. Here's the thing about you, Paul Stern, and you know, I think there are a lot of people like you out there where you've had a chance to upgrade, but you haven't. Is there a reason why you don't upgrade sometimes to a newer phone?
Because when I was asked if I should upgrade, I was asked if I was happy with the phone as it is, and I said, yeah, I'm happy with it as it is.
Really?
Yeah.
Because I think like you can sign up for 2-year contracts and get like a new phone every couple of years.
That was not explained to me.
Really?
Really? Wow.
Who's your carrier?
My service advisor, Eric Joseph at our department did not mention to me that it could be upgraded for free.
Oh, you don't know that? Because most people know. We have Mike Bletcher here from Sprint. He is a senior account manager at Sprint. And Mike, welcome to the broadcast. Good to have you here.
Thank you. It's good to be back.
Let's address that first question there for Paul Stern. Maybe you can help him out. I mean, most people know, but I think a lot of people are like Paul and they don't know that certain times you can upgrade a phone to a new phone for free. Tell us about this.
Well, the free part I love because that's what everybody wants.
Yes, you don't have to pay for the phone.
The rule of thumb, it's kind of an unwritten rule of thumb in the cellular industry. It doesn't matter which carrier you're with. But generally, when you sign up for a new line of service, they will get you a phone of your choice. It may be heavily discounted, it might be for free, whatever it might be, but it always comes with that 2-year contract. The rule of thumb, if you will, that we use in the cellular world is basically within 18 months to 24 months, you fall into a window which we call the upgrade category. And as a way of saying thank you for being with us. And
for 18 to 24 months.
Within 24 months, as a way of saying thank you and a way of hopefully continuing your services with us, we put you in that upgrade category, which basically gives you the same type of discounts as an existing customer that you might get if you were brand new walking into the store for the first time or coming from another carrier wanting to try, in this case, let's say Sprint Nextel.
So that brick phone that Paul Stern has can be upgraded now, is that correct?
Actually, it's a little more updated.
Oh, it is not the brick?
It's called a clam phone.
A clam?
Clamshell.
The clamshell.
The clamshell phone, do they still make those?
We've got several of them here.
So the clamshell, those are the ones that flip open, right?
Flip open versus a candy bar style, which is just the open face.
The open face. What do you have, Geoff? What type of style do you phone do you have?
I have a phone that will answer, and that I can.
This is a clam phone.
That's a clamshell.
That's a clamshell. And
That's a clam.
I don't have mine with me, but I have a clamshell. It's one of mine is that real thin phone that they had, you know, for a while that was real thin and, you know.
Yeah, it opens and closes like a clam.
Well, see, but Mike, it sounds like that your company, Sprint, automatically tells people you can get a phone upgrade now. You've been with us
I don't know if they automatically tell people, do they?
Well, you know what? All the carriers are working hard. It's so competitive right now.
Yeah.
There's what 6 billion people on the planet. There's over 3 billion cell phones that are out there. So do the math. I mean, there's a lot of phones. So companies are being more proactive. Sprint Nextel for sure is being more proactive in calling their customer base within a year and a half or within 2 years, just to say, hey, you know, hope everything is well, and you know, we want to introduce you, of course, to some newer phones that might be out, newer lines, newer technologies that might be available. You know, because this business changes so rapidly.
Yeah.
We want to get to your phone line there, but the next question has to be, because we've seen ads on TV about, you know, maps where there's the 3G network that's the most cell sites and the best coverage, and the 3G network that does more, and I think your Sprint now has something called a 4G network. What is all that? First off, what do the networks mean? Where's 1G, 2G, 3G, 4G? What's all that mean?
Well, if you go back to the days of Paul's phone, where he has the suitcase and then the brick phone, you have the analog days.
Those are analogs,
analog,
okay?
Or amps, that's generation 1. Generation 2.
I once had a car that had an analog phone built in. Very hard to get service with that.
And then you had first.
Do the analog phones still work now, or are they all?
Well, they do work if you go into parts of the country that may still have an analog signal.
But they don't work in the digital area now?
Carriers supposedly have turned that off.
Okay.
This is going back to about a year and a half or so.
All
We used
right.
to have dual mode phones where you had both analog and digital, but now everybody's.
Can you
Now, tell
upgrade
me
a
where-
phone like he has in the car if it's installed and it's analog? Can you upgrade it to a digital phone in the car?
Well, what they would want is the phone number. If you have an active phone line with the carrier that you're currently with, and you want to bring that over, let's say, to Sprint Nextel, we're more than happy to take care of you.
Gotcha.
I would do that. Fortunately, I do not have that card anymore, so that's no longer.
But you saved the phone.
Well, I
didn't
want to
you?
know the analog phone number's been turned off. I want to give it to my wife.
What's that?
I want to know the analog phone number's been turned off.
That's good. Okay, so go take us through these now. So that's analog was the original, right?
Right, that was the first generation in this country. It's been around for forever. And then you had 2G, if you will, or second generation. That's where you started to get involved with the digital technology and the
Okay.
digital capabilities. Improved voice coverage, improved data services, things like text messaging, voicemail, and surfing the internet, and all these things that started to slowly grow over the last several years. Started with 2G. In our world, voice kept getting clearer. Networks kept getting built out from all the carriers, including Sprint and with Nextel at the time. As technology increased and the call for more services increased, you started to get into what they call bandwidth constraints. So everybody was looking for what's the next generation, where are we going after here?
There's so many phones out there,
Right.
things are jamming up. So what happens?
And that's basically, if you start looking at the evolution of where the cellular industry has gone, you started hearing about, well, back in 2004, 2005, when Sprint had their first 3G network up in place. It's really about speeds and feeds. How much faster is your network? How much more information can you push through that invisible pipe? And of course, how secure is it? Your voice can only get so clear. We had years ago the pin drop commercial, if you remember our
The old
on the
Sprint,
Sprint
yeah,
side,
you could
right?
hear the pin
You
drop.
can hear
with
the
us.
pin drop. Voice coverage is great. It's national, but voice clarity can only get so much. It's the other side, the data services. It's the surfing of the internet. Of course, text messaging. We live in a world now where more people text message than they do pick up the phone and make a phone call. But the internet side, of course, you're getting involved with other technologies such as Wi-Fi or Bluetooth or things of that nature. But when you're looking at the cellular networks, it's all about the speeds. It's how fast can I download my email? How fast can I download a presentation? Or can I stream video that you may see now on the internet
So the
on your phone?
3G was the next generation then of that, correct?
That's right. And Sprint came out with that at the end of 2004, 2005.
And that was the pin drop commercial, right?
Oh, that was
The-
way
the
before. Well,
coin drop.
that was before 3G was out.
All right.
Yeah, because the pin
So
drop.
Sprint was the
reference
first one to come out with 3G, and then everybody, then Verizon and
Verizon right at the end
AT&T
of, I believe, 05, and then AT&T came out in 07.
Now, is there a 4G network now?
There is a 4G.
Sprint has that, right?
It's been up and running since 2008.
And the other guys don't have 4G, do they?
Not a commercially built out system the way we
Not
have.
yet.
Not
Really?
yet.
Wow.
See, I'm telling you, we're going to learn a lot on the show today. Mike Bletcher is here today, Senior Account Manager for Sprint. We are going to, Bleecker.
Fletcher.
Fletcher, did I get it right?
You did. Just
Oh,
that,
you
yeah.
turned your head down like I mispronounced
Oh
your
no,
name.
it was the other thing I turned the head down for.
Oh. The Senior Accounts Manager?
No. That's just the title.
Oh, okay. You like that. Am I doing okay?
Everything is great.
I
You're
thought maybe I said something.